What's up guys, Trilogy here. Today we're going to be ranking all 6 Lord of the Rings movies, including the Hobbit movies, with the latest Lord of the Rings show coming to Amazon Prime, the most expensive show in history, which I have watched the first 2 episodes. A little too early to give a full verdict, but what we can give a verdict on are Peter Jackson's The Lord of the Rings movies, which have been out for a while, and The Hobbits, which have also had a decade to age. And I know everyone's rankings for this are going to be pretty similar, and a lot of this isn't going to be brand new ground, but hey, I haven't done a video, so here we are. Starting off, number 6, of course, is going to be a Hobbit movie. This is going to be The Hobbit, The Battle of Five Armies. Out of all of the Hobbit movies, this one was probably the weakest. The fights weren't bad. I didn't like the depiction of Thorin when he went crazy, but that is kind of accurate to the book. That's just how it happened. You know, he does die at the end. And there was just a lot going on in this movie. Like everyone said, this movie and the second movie should have just been one movie instead of stretching this out into a trilogy. Regardless of that, this is still a great movie by any means. I don't care what anybody says, despite all of the Hobbit hate. All of the Hobbit movies are good movies, even if some of them don't reach the height of Lord of the Rings. This is still a great franchise. Moving on to number 5, we're going to have The Desolation of Smaug. And I know what you're thinking. Wow, I would have never guessed that. But I like this movie more than The Battle of the Five Armies. We get our first interactions with Smaug in the Lonely Mountain. I like the gold scene where Bilbo's invisible. I like the scene where the dragon is chasing down the dwarves and he doesn't catch a single one of them. Not one dwarf? Not one dwarf. Okay, well, that's a little weird. And I do like how he leaves at the end, and it's just suspenseful, and we had to wait another year to find out if Smaug was going to destroy Lake Town. So number 4 for our movies is going to be the final The Hobbit movie, The Hobbit Unexpected Journey. This is a good movie. I liked it. It really kicked off the Hobbit franchise very well. Out of the 3, this one's probably my favorite, even though it might have the lowest stakes out of all of the Lord of the Rings movies. The stakes are definitely lower than they are in the other movies, but still, this is a great movie despite what anyone says. There, everyone knew the Hobbit movies were going to be at the bottom. Number 3 is going to be, for me, Lord of the Rings Return of the King. This is still a great movie. Great, better than the show so far, better than the Hobbit movies. But Return of the King, the final fight is cool with the ghosts and everything, but Helm's Deep, which I want to talk about on my second entry, is such a great battle scene. It's such a best battle scene. So I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, number 2 is going to be The Two Towers, which a lot of people are not a fan of. Most people rank this as their last movie, but I like The Two Towers, if only for the Helm's Deep scenes. Those are amazing, and that is my favorite fight in all of Lord of the Rings. The Helm's Deep fight, amazing fight. But overall, number 1 is going to be The Hobbit. The Hobbit? Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring. We get our fellowship, we get the Balrog, we get all of that stuff that goes on in this first movie. Amazing, 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 amazing. It sets up so much, and we still have not reached the pinnacle that we reached in this movie since. And I know what you're saying, by my rankings, everything's going downhill. So literally the first Lord of the Rings, second, third, and then we have The Hobbit, Hobbit 2, Hobbit 3, Amazon show. But I still have a lot of hope for the show. It is still early, so we haven't yet to see how it's going to fully develop. With that said, that's my thoughts on all 6 Lord of the Rings movies. I'm not going to make it super long, but if you want to see more content like this, I definitely recommend you subscribe, comment down below, and I'm Trilogy. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.
I love the hustle, man. I be feeling like one of them ball playing, like Bird, Magic or something. But if I leave, the fans still gonna love me, man?